For me, a lot of it is the adrenaline rush and just the sheer fact that thousands of people are going to hear the notes that I play.
It's a very different kind of an instrument than anything else, basically.
And along the same line, thousands of people are going to hear the mistakes that I make.
I think that most of it is interest, and self-driven interest, of course.
Well, what's interesting is that it's spreading in this country.
You know, you play it with your fists rather than your fingers.
Steel, of course, and are filled with various harmonics.
Also from a tonal standpoint of there are no other instruments that sound quite like the Carillon.
And you know, no two Carillons are alike.
It's the verticalization of multiple sounds.
So really you can play probably the lion's share, probably 95% of the 4-octave music on this instrument.
And of course the Carillon has its batons arranged in the fashion of a keyboard.
You know, the Carillon developed in the Baroque period, so Baroque music sounds good on a Carillon.
Oh, it's just such a magnificent sound and instrument. It's very exciting to write for it.
For centuries, mankind has listened to the sounds of the bells. Bells have told us the time of day, warned us of impending danger, and regulated our daily lives. In recent times, bells have given way to the carillon, an instrument that allows bells to be played musically.
Bells go back to 3000 BC in China, but the first people to successfully tune bells were the brothers Francois and Pierre Hemony, H-E-M-O-N-Y, who were French but happened to be working in the Netherlands and collaborated with a carillonneur who was blind and had an extraordinary sense of hearing. And he had experimented with the overtones of wine glasses. Well, with his hearing and their know-how, they discovered successful bell tuning in 1642 in the eastern Netherlands.
The carillon, the word carillon came from a French word, quatrion, which means 4 bells. And it actually started in French-speaking Switzerland. It grew to more bells, mostly in the lowlands, that is to say the Netherlands and Belgium. It's an odd instrument in that it became a mechanically played instrument as it is now, after first being an automatically played instrument. Most famous carillon manufacturers, the Hemony brothers, were making carillons in the 17th and early 18th centuries. And they developed ways to tune bells very accurately so they would sound great together. And they did a very good job, and they would tune 5 different partials on the bells. When the Hemony brothers died, they didn't train anybody to do that, and the art was lost.
With the death of the Hemonys, bells entered a period of decline. However, Englishmen in the early 20th century, such as Lord Rayleigh and Arthur B. Simpson, became dissatisfied with poorly tuned bells. Like Jacob Van Eyck before him, Simpson worked with the John Taylor Bell Foundry in Loughborough, England, to test his hypothesis and rediscover the way to tune all 5 bell partials.
The English figured out the art. Bell founders at Taylor Bell Founders and Gillett and Johnston, 2 English bell founders. And an American by the name of William Gorham Rice, who had friends in high places, was very enthusiastic about the carillons in Europe.
We don't have much early bell music, so we think that most carillonneurs in, say, the 16th, 17th, 18th century improvised on known folk tunes. But the earliest known carillon music is from 1728, and it's a set of little Christmas carols. It was discovered in Louvain, Belgium, and it's published now. And the first set of true compositions for the Carillon was about, well, it was in Belgium, in the city of Leuven, by Matthias van den Geen, who lived from 1721 to 1785. And he wrote a set of 11 preludes, all lasting about 4 or 5 minutes. And these are known as the first set of seriously composed works for Carillon. What's interesting is that it's spreading in this country. The Carillon in North America is more of a concert instrument, and the Carillon in Europe is more of an instrument for market day. Because the towers are in busy cities where there's a lot of noise, and they sort of are the background to shopping outdoors. Whereas we have more quiet places like this wonderful quad here to listen seriously with a printed program. So it's a little bit more serious in this country.
To a certain extent, still in Europe, it governs more the social life. And the Carillon is often played, while it's in a church tower, it's owned by the city. And the Carillon is often played for the marketplace. So the music that they're playing there is often very different than the music we play here.
And we can illustrate this by the fact that, you know, the city had a lot of power because the bells told the people in the streets what to do. So when Napoleon conquered the Netherlands, the first thing he did was take all the towers away from the cities so he could control city life.